welcome back to my channel and to Scrap Stash and Mayhem. And I got some fun stuff today. So I believe I did this on one of the episodes where I just took my spare pieces of fabric and we created a, maybe I didn't, I don't know. But anyways, this is from scraps of material, and you can see my scraps in here from paper. And I just created this snippet roll. So we're going to use that today. And then I have some packaging from some lawn chair furniture that we got last summer. And, you know, I've used quite a bit of this, but I didn't save enough of it because this is really cool stuff. But anyways, and then this came in the mail. And it was from the Canadian Cancer Society. And it was a gift because Dad does give to them. And so I thought, well, I'm not going to use this and he's not going to use this. So I thought, let's remake it so we will use it. So I'm just going to take this, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fold it in half. Just going to fold it in half, just like so. And I'll just get this out of the way for now. I thought this would be a really good item to put inside here. So I'm just going to take this glue, my El Cheapo glue. What I'm going to do is I'm going to revamp this into something that maybe I can fit into my purse and keep as a little note book. Now, not everybody has this particular thing, but we get things in the mail, and this is just an idea to take and repurpose it or something similar. This is just not going to, I don't think this is going to stick. I don't think this glue is going to work on this. It doesn't seem to. Let's close this down and cut this down a bit. If I can find my scissors that I had just right here. There they are. Okay. So I'm just going to, I may have to use a different glue. Now, this scrap we're going to keep because this, oh, I think I'm cutting into the wrong paper here. There we go. This scrap will make a lovely, yeah, I did, a lovely snippet or collage, cluster. Okay. See that coming. There, it's sticking now. Just had to get wetter, that's all. Had to soak that glue in. Lovely. Okay, I'm going to just trim this off a little. Take this off here. Don't want to trim the other one. Don't want to trim the other page. I just want to trim this one. And I know I'm really late on this video today, but it is still Saturday here. Okay. And we have a nice straight edge here, so let's take that. We'll do the same thing. Now you could take and sew around this. That'd be very cool. I'm not going to. Number one, my sewing machine apparently sounds like a train. And it's all hidden in behind there, and I just don't want to pull it out right now because I'm being lazy. I'm being lazy. This is just regular school glue. That's all that is. And I just keep filling the bottle. I bought, years ago, I bought a big 1-gallon bottle from Amazon, their glue, and this is still that glue. So I think we need to come back here a little bit, away from the, there we go. Close that up. And you can see the water in there, so you can see that it's starting to crinkle this not high quality paper. But that's okay. I'll play with it. I want to see if I can rescue the lemons. I want to keep the lemons. Okay, let's do it this way. And get this here. Okay. Go. I'm going to take and round these corners off, and I'm going to use that one right there. Oop, hold on. Doesn't want to play with that paper. There we go. Good enough. Good enough. There we go. And so now we have, let that dry a little bit. And now we have these papers that came in here. And I'm just going to take this bit off. And we'll just separate them. So this will be a nice little notebook in one's purse or in the car. Leave it in the glove box in the car just in case you need to write something down. Go. Okay. And then I'm going to put them all the same way. And I'm just going to take and fold them. Now you could do them one at a time. Do I care? Am I going to do them one at a time? I don't care. It's just a little notebook. It's for my own use. I'm not selling it. It doesn't have to be perfect. There we go. So now our notes are the right way. And let's put this in here. And we can trim that down. And I'm just going to push it down a little bit like that. And then I'm going to trim this off. Oh, that's really a lot of paper there. It does not want to cut. So let's do it this way. Oops, that didn't work very well. That really doesn't want to work that well either, because let's go this way. Let's get that out there. We have our path now anyways. Okay, so we're going to go like this. This paper is very thin, but strong when you put it together. Okay, let's just take and cut that little edge off. And because we rounded our corners in here, Because we rounded our corners here, let's round them in here too. I'm not going to put my corner punch through the work of trying to do them all at the same time either. There we go. It's too bad that they didn't make all sides of this paper printed on both sides. They just printed on the one side. Which, well, whatever. Right? Whatever. Okay. So now we have that in there like so, or like that. And we're going to take and 3-hole pamphlet stitch it. And I think I'm going to use this color here. So we're going to go 1, 2, and 3. And I'm going to get that out. Which one do we want to use? Let's use that one. All right. Okay, get that out of our way. So get that out of our way. And I'm just going to put this where I think I want it and just do some quick. I'm not measuring nothing. It may be even and it may not. And I am going to have, excuse me, now I got the hiccups. I am going to have my tie off in the inside. And of course, when you're doing your 3-hole pamphlet stitch and you are measuring like I just did for my thread, the amount of thread you use is actually going to depend on how far apart your holes are. If you put your holes here and here, you would use more thread. I put mine closer, so I'm not even going to use all the thread that I saved for, but it's better to have enough, more than enough, than to not have enough. Okay, so let's put this needle away. Get that like that. Punch away. There we go. Ish. Come on, get in there. There you go. Okay, so that is done and put away. Now this here, we're going to go underneath the bridge. There we go. Tighten, but don't rip. Not one way. And then the opposite way. The one that one's more awkward. And then the right way. Right way, wrong way, right way. Okay, and I am just going to snip this right there. I don't want no dangles or anything on it. Just something more that's going to get caught in the purse. Okay, so then let's take our little piece here. Should we do that first? Oh, look at how cute that's going to be. Now, do we want to put a tie on that? Do we want to put a tie on that? Because what we could do is put our tie on here and glue it down with this. And we probably should put a tie, shouldn't we? Well, let's see, what kind of tie are we going to put on that? Let's just put some twine. It doesn't have to be fancy pantsy. It just has to be. It just has to be. And I am going to, what do I want to do with it? Do I want to just, yeah, okay. We're just going to do this. That should be about enough-ish. And we're just going to take and let's just tie it. Like so. And right now we're just going to leave this as long as it is. And I'm good with that. Okay. You can see it's really curled up. All right. So let's use a little better glue on this. Now this glue, if you've watched me at all, this glue is very good. It doesn't stink, and it is fairly inexpensive, and it's thicker. It does work for metals. I have never had a paper clip come loose or anything else that works on materials, on cloth, laces. I really quite like it, and it's a good option to fabric tack, I think anyways. I have used it to glue on gems. That's worked fine on that. So I'm going to say I'm giving it my 2 thumbs up. And the only downfall is, where does that lid go all the time? Okay, so we're just going to take that and put that in the fold. Maybe put a little more over. There we go. So we don't get that. There we go. So we could call it done there, couldn't we? We could call it done. And I'm okay with that lace going out like that. It's not going to go anywhere. You could, if it really bothered you, you could take and run a little piece of glue along there, which that's okay too. That one's down. We'll just glue that like so. There we go. There we go. Now, we could, what do we want to do now? I think we have enough here. We could do this, and then this, and wrap it around like so. We could do that too, and then it's not, it holds a little more secure. I like that. Let's play in the pages a little bit. So we could, maybe we have, something that we want a pocket here for. So I have got some things that we made in previous episodes. And I thought, well, why don't we see if there's something that we can use on that? This here is strictly, let's do that. And that's all it, oh, I see, it should be a it should be, but I kind of like it just to be a pocket. What's this one? This one can be just, and this is, well, let's put this one in the front. Let's put that in the front. Does it fit? Yes, it does. Okay, and we could take and make it that it's up tucked this way, but we're not going to. We're just going to glue it in place. That's what we're going to do. That is exactly what we're going to do. Oh, supper is so close. My husband is making homemade pasta, and he made a homemade spaghetti sauce. And I had made some, we had a roast and we ground it up, and I made some meatballs and cooked them and froze them. So he's just going to use those. That's going to be a very yummy supper. Okay, so we're going to put this right like so. And we'll just put that down there. And let's do, every good thing should have a paper clip to handle whatever we want to clip in place. So let's do one this way. Yeah, let's do it this way. There we go. And that gives us a little dangle. Strong is beautiful. And of course I took out a few paper clips, so there's that one. We don't need another dangle, but we can put this one in there because you know how it is. We won't put this one in. Now we could take, I brought out some washi tape. We could take and line some pages with washi tape, especially these ones here where they're just boring. Boring. I'm not even sure I've used this one, to be honest, but I picked ones with some yellow in there. My goodness, this one cannot be accused of not being a good sticky washi, that's for sure. There we go. I am not going to try to glue that down. I don't think oh, let's see. Let's see. So let's just put this in here. Didn't get it right to the edge there, but I think that's a forgivable mistake. I think so. And I should have rounded the corners after the effect. This is pretty washi tape. I like this one. But you know, you get so much. I have more washi tape than I need. And the trouble is I get it and then I don't use it. Most of the time because I forget about it. So I thought this is a perfect opportunity to use some. There we go. Hopefully I'm on the, it's hard to see when you're lining up. There we go. Yeah, it's pretty close. So let's just trim this. And then I can see where I went a little bit off the page. So we'll just have to trim a little bit off of here. So I think what I'm going to do with this is I'm just going to throw it in the glove box of my car. And then that way, when I need something to write on, something to make a note, whatever, I have it. And then look at these, so cute. So I have not used these yet. I just received them. And see if I can find where there's the start. Okay, let's just there we go. And let's see. Yeah, I can see the I don't think we're going to sacrifice this one. Nope. Sorry. Sorry, little ladybug. Sorry, little lady. Yeah, just some fun. Yeah, come on. There we go. And let's see, let's go this one again. I'm over a little bit, I'm over a little bit. It's okay. It's okay. I see I'm a little crooked. I'm okay with that. You okay with that? I'm okay with that. I'm not going to trim it. There we go. Let's put this one on. And then you can kind of see what I'm doing. Just kind of alternate between pages. I really like this washi tape. I really do. Okay. So I'm not going to carry on any further. You can see what I'm doing, what my thought process is. And I'll carry on through here and just make my little ladybugs through here and there. And if I had a little something, let's put, if I had left room here, I could put this across here, but I didn't. So let's just do something like this. So there we go. And I have that other paper clip in here somewhere, do I? Yep, I do. I would like to make something to go in here. So let's do this. And my dangle is on the inside because the pages are shorter. But that's okay. I'm okay with that. Just to get hooked in. And this one here will go, no, we'll go this way. There we go. And then I am looking for something, a little something to go right up here. And I have that little something right here. So I have these words. And what should I do? Unstoppable? I need a smaller word. A smaller one. Ooh, focus is always a good word. Okay, I've got that. And I'm just going to ink this. And maybe we might even put a little ladybug on the front cover. Okay. But anyways, as I try to get this down, there we go. And I'm going to put that right there. And so there we have that. And then I'm looking at, as I was doing that, I'm looking at these, and I'm going, well, don't throw those out. So we're just going to put them together, fold them where we had them. Let's see if I can do this. Put that in the center. And no, not gonna work. Nope, not gonna work. It's too thick. That worked though. That worked. And then we can just take and do this. And put a little staple in there. Oh, I can see I'm a little crooked, so let's fix that. Might be scraps, but we don't need it to be crooked. And we'll just a little staple in there. And then what about maybe, well, let's just put this across here like this. And this off of here. And this off of here. There we go. Put one on the back side. There we go. Put this here. And there we go. These are kind of handy too to just keep available. So when you just need to make a little tiny, write down a phone number or something, you have these little strips of paper. They're also cool to put into a pocket and keep reference handy just to write something down real quick. And there we go. This is absolutely more useful than what that other, the way that it was. So thank you for joining me today. Have yourselves an awesome weekend, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.